Hello folks, how's everyone doing?
Good evening, salutations.
We got a bunch of people already.
Holy crapola, wow.
That's awesome.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, good evening.
Howdy.
Never seen so many of you waiting for us right upon launch.
That's awesome.
Thank you all for coming out since
Welcome
Thanks
to
for
Canucks With
tuning in.
Guitars. I'm Ben, he's Rich.
Hello.
We're answering questions, live Q&A. Let's see. Let's get right to roll call and then we'll talk about our week and such.
Alright.
Alright, in the chat, in fast order, we've got Alex Radford, Terry's GG&G, Joe Hervey 84, Michael Q. Lynn,
Hello,
Scott
everyone.
Nickerson, Jeff Ripplinger, Bam, Ozzy, RJ, the Mad One, Crowbar, Dan Beck, Todd Flowers, Denny Allen.
I just realized I forgot something upstairs at here.
We're going to talk about
Okay,
tonight.
while you're doing that, I will continue with, yes, Rick Hefner, Janice Lala, always a pleasure. Pete Hickson, you're on time, holy crap. Terry Himes, good to see ya, welcome. Let's see, Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs. Alice's Restaurant, great track, dude. My lovely sister Amanda. Quentin James is here and awake. Brad Miller. Soda Pop. Crowbar. Brian Robinson. Hello, hello. Rich Stillman. Todd Graff. Sean Marie. Hugh Caldwell. Ron Limber. Fred Fitch. John Parson. Little J1. Whew. There's a ton of people in here. Eddie Van Haskell. The new guitarist. David Ennis.
Hello, salutations. Hello, salutations. Did I hear you say Brian Robinson?
I believe so. He said, hello, Richard.
Hey, Brad Guy! Yeah, see, Brad Guy. How's it going?
Right, guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Leave it at that.
One of the former co-worker of mine down at the old Greetham Industrial.
Oh, cool.
There. Man, I learned a good deal of the spray painting trade from.
Ah, very cool. Very cool. So, let's see, since last week, we played a gig.
Indeed. Yeah,
That
I
was-
was rocking out at the Duke last Friday.
It was fun.
Always a good time,
Yeah.
Surprisingly, like, I don't think there's one sketchy weirdo story from the night that I can remember. I mean, we had our usual,
Oh, no, during load-in, they were kind of
the
coming
little
up.
scrawny fella
Yeah,
there.
he's always
He was
around.
always there, he's a regular.
But yeah, nothing too bad.
Yeah, it was
it's
kind of an
actually,
uneventful night at the Duke.
Yeah,
It's,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Rather than-
normally there's at least like one story from the night, like, oh, that one dude, or
Yeah.
that old cougar whipped out her guns, or
Yeah, exactly.
did any of you guys see that lady flashes? Huh? No, what? But no, pretty tame night at the Duke. Really good, big crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's one of the largest crowds we played to at the Duke. So it was a really good night all around. SG almost went flying across the stage.
That's true. Yeah.
That wasn't on such a positive note, but
The old SG just didn't want to
oh
cooperate.
man, I was so frustrated with that guitar. I actually had to hesitate and stop myself. I'm like, don't do it, you're gonna regret it. I'm like, yeah, I will. But it that close to getting just fired across the stage at the stand. I was livid with it.
Todd Flower says, hey Ben, is that a new Canucks With Guitars shirt design? I wish it was. Vans t-shirts. So
Yeah, the fine folks at Vans might not be so keen on us doing that.
yeah.
Although if we like photoshopped in a Strat and like a Les Paul or something, we'd
Maybe.
probably make it work. We'd probably even make it work that pose. You know what? We're gonna try and Photoshop this.
Exactly.
Well, we'll see if we can skirt
See
around
if we can
just enough of the copyright issues that we can make it a shirt. We'll
Yeah.
send you the first one if we make them.
Yes, yes. So I hope everyone's doing well out there. Let's see. The night after the gig, myself and Absolute Mayhem took a road trip up to Whitby.
Yes.
To go see the Hit Disturbers play. You know, for those who don't know, Guitar Hack's one of his two bands. Got up and sang along on one song, so that was fun and good food, good entertainment.
Like a good night.
Crowded. Wow, I could not believe how many people were there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like lined up down the street.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Well, of course, it was the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, which I'm sure helped a bit, but I guess that place is always busy. Tap and Tankard, I believe it's called.
Oh, for some reason.
Right near the highway,
yeah, for some reason I was thinking it was at the Wing Shack, but yeah, the Tap. Alright, I've been to the Tap.
Joe Hervey asks, by the way, Salut BV.
Awesome, good stuff. Good to hear about.
Let's see here. Loves guitars, but Lionheart's here. He says hashtag tone hair. That's right.
Tone hair.
Tone hair. The question was, Ben, what Vox amp do you have, buddy? I have. Is that a Pathfinder originally?
Pathfinder 10. Heavily modified.
Heavily modified by somebody. And that's converted into a head now, and that goes into a gutted AC-15, which is now a 112 cab. Celestian loaded 112 cab.
It's got a Celestian G12P or GP12. It's the stock Celestian 7080 with the different coating that comes in the Fender Deluxe cabinet. It's the stock speaker of my Fender Deluxe 112 cab. I replaced it with a Eminence Legend, and I threw the Celestian into the Vox cab, and then that now has the Vox cab.
I do. Now, he also has, or did you already mention that and I was just reading it?
What, the AC-50?
Yeah.
No, I...
And then I figured, yeah, might as well mention, he has a AC-15 as well, which you may...
yeah, there we go. Right over there.
Bingo.
It's a AC-15C1, so it's the model with just the top boost channel instead of the top boost and normal channel. I really like it. It's a great little amp. She's a wonderful little piece to own. I got a smoking deal on it too, so it's really difficult to pass up. I even offered the guy $100 in gas money. I was like, you gotta know I'm serious.
Right.
Which he was very, very receptive to, and jumped pretty much yeah, when do you want to meet up? I'm like, alright, you know I'm serious. But yeah, really nice amp. I haven't bothered to date it, but they only made it for so long before they switched over to the current CC1 model. So
right.
If you're really curious, you could probably do a better and faster job figuring out when it was made than I can right now. My phone's in airplane mode.
So here, I did see something.
I can't even Google.
Oh yeah, Julian Patrick Bronte Glenn.
That's a mouthful.
Says, hi guys, half alive from Grand Forks, North Dakota today.
That's
Safe travels. He's actually from Brighton.
Oh! Rocket.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, safe travels.
Yes.
Yeah, last time he tuned in, he was in around Winnipeg, so.
Oh, good. Well, safe travels, my man.
Yeah. So awesome. Dan Beck's here. Man, we got all kinds of people. We got 50 people watching already. That's awesome.
Damn. Oh, damn.
So since we got 50 people watching, I have something for you, sir.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, well, something that came in the mail yesterday.
Well, it's something small.
Yeah.
And it's in a pocket that only one to two things go in.
Uh-oh. Did I lose it?
Small pouches of cocaine or guitar picks.
Yeah, what do they do with it now? Jesus. Did your lovely wife keep it?
No, you must have had it because you showed Tony when we were out in the garage.
Oh, well, see, then we were hanging out in the garage. Oh, I lost it.
Alright, well, there we are.
Hang on, it'll be in my pocket. We'll find it momentarily. Talk amongst yourselves. No, it's not the money.
Wow. That's anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Just why. See, I've been keeping it right there for that exact reason.
No, not such luck.
Oh, it was around the corner.
Oh, there we are.
Boosh! There you go. From our good friend Brendan B. Squared.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's showing up beautifully on camera. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's all kinds of groovy.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Some people may say it'll affect your tone in certain ways.
Yeah?
Now that's a peach. Crowbar. I love Crowbar. We were joking in a chat the other day. I'm like, dude, if I ever get to the Boston area, we gotta hang out. He's hilarious. Good friend of Steve from Boston's as well.
So,
if
we can, what do you think, 25 likes seems like a reasonable number?
2 more likes?
Yeah.
I think so.
If you were to get somewhere in around that, I actually got prepared and even like notes.
Hey, Van Haskell. See, as only Eddie would say, hey, Ben and Richie, you guys need to have a punch in the arm contest live on the show tonight. Let's see who wins. He'd win, because I have 2 bad shoulders, so.
I had spinach for you. I did it, but.
Brad Miller says, nice shirt. Go figure.
Thank you.
Thanks
Alright,
again,
well,
Brad.
we far exceeded that. So, we've got a lesson and a show and tell here. The lesson of the week is a lesson in the perils of buying old guitars. Now, sometimes you might be in one of those places like pawn shop, small rinky-dink flea market, yard sale, church basement rummage sale, and you may see a particularly old guitar and strike your fancy and look at the price and be like, hey, that's not a bad deal. And then without really being critical about it, you purchase this old guitar. Now sometimes they might say have a crack in them or have something else alluding to some shade of age, perhaps. Now, a very good companion of mine at work, Mr. Daver, he was telling me of this adventure he had on the weekend out to a local pawn shop where he scored not 1 but 2 old archtop guitars. He's like, yeah, I got a great deal on it. I'm like, no. He's like, I was looking into it, and he's like, and I think it's got something to do with one of the dudes who used to like work at Gibson back in the day. Like, I think it's like might be worth something. I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's got a crack in it, but like, you know, I got a really good deal on it. He's like, well, you can take a look at it. So he brings me over the Lore. And you'll have to give me a second here and I'll give you the model number on it.
It's LS300V.
LH300VS.
Yeah, it was
Close.
close.
Very close. So yeah, it's
Hey, Morseman.
you can see very spiffy axe. It's got an extremely hard V in the neck. I don't know how well. Oh, yeah, you can see it showing up on the camera. It's really.
So it's very Martin-esque.
Yeah, very, very, very nice axe. So I pull it out of the case and I'm like, the Lore. Like, I've heard that name before, definitely. Like, I'm familiar with it from mandolins, but I don't know a whole lot about mandolins, so I wasn't gonna make any great leaping claims. So I unzipped it, pulled it out of the case, I took a look at it. First thing I thought is, I'm like, ooh, somebody tried to glue the top, and they didn't do a very good job.
No, they did not.
And then the next thing I thought, and I was like, the way it's chipped, that isn't nitro. And I started looking at it, I'm like, it's in really good and glossy shape for a nitro finish of that age. And then I got looking at the size, and I was like, that's not nitro.
No.
And then I looked inside.
Country of origin, folks?
And I saw the words, made in China. Instantly, I was like, oh, David, darn it. I wanted this to be a really cool little piece for you, man. I wanted you to have found something super cool. Like, maybe not like whether it was worth a fortune or not, but just the fact it was something old and cool.
Another giveaway is the bridge. I just noticed it's very compensated.
Yeah.
Usually it's just a straight piece.
So, I looked it up, and there is a company in the Great People's Glorious Republic of China, and they're called The Lore. And they took their inspiration from, of course, Lloyd Loar, who's famous for making some of the finest Gibson, or mandolins Gibson ever manufactured. So, what they are is a group of skilled craftsman in China who had apparently worked at other mass manufacturing, sorry, let me get the quotes on there, facilities in China and had risen to the top of their game or whatever, and they decided that they just wanted to make really nice handcrafted instruments, replicas of 1920s era, you know, classic instruments, and not worry about like mass producing 20,000 of them, but just making quality instruments. And so if you believe their mission statement and all that crap on the website, then it's not a bad idea at all, and the only thing you can say discriminatory against it is they're made in China. Otherwise, it's a good playing instrument. It's a very nice sounding instrument.
Terry's comment, he goes, yeah, the Lord does make some quality instruments.
Yeah, it is just like...
Hey, guess who's in the chat? Our lovely and talented singer, Andrea.
Good evening. So yeah, you can see it's like...
Hey, here on the songs.
I don't know how much of it's going over there. It's a really nice instrument. It projects very well. It plays great. So like, unfortunately, he didn't wind up with like a really cool old instrument in this particular case. But this is a very cool instrument nonetheless at the end of the day in its own regard. I was looking up online. They retail in and around the $700 mark-ish.
Canadian.
Yeah, and he got this one for $100. So I mean, yeah, it's not ever going to be worth, you know, $1 million, and he didn't find some like super cool antique piece. But at the end of the day, David's got a really neat looking guitar, and it plays great and it sounds great. So like as an instrument, it's a fantastic piece. You know, as a fancy pipe smoking man's collector piece,
Who Ninja likes it.
maybe not so much. But yeah, I really like it. I think he did an
What's
awesome
up, Doc?
score at $100.
Tim
So that's the lesson in show and tell. The perils of buying a old guitar. So yeah, that's Gator's the lore. Very cool.
Teammate 73 says looks a bit like an old Epiphone Spartan.
Yeah, same idea in and around it. Really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really, really cool piece. If he wants to part with it, I'm gonna wind up with it. So we'll see. I'll make sure he makes a dollar or two on his $100 investment, because it's got an ugly crack in it,
All right.
but it's...
Joe's going for a
nice
smoke
guitar.
break. He says, don't go anywhere. All right, we'll wait here, buddy.
So yeah, so that's our lesson and show
What people
and
say, you
tell.
know, for $100, you know, it's the old, at the end of the day, for $100.
$100 a good playing guitar.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly, Marsman.
Where it was made, what it says in the headstock.
Sandpaper and
what
glue
kind of-
boost would make it new.
Yeah, like if you...
Have you checked out that glue boost stuff?
It's neat stuff.
It is.
It isn't that slick stuff.
Dave Riom swears by it these days.
Yeah,
Like, he doesn't even use lacquer for a lot of finish.
No.
He does everything from repairs like that, a crack in the guitar, to just a simple finish repair, all with the same product.
Yeah, it's really remarkable stuff.
Oh, Lionheart's going for a dart as well.
But yeah, very cool piece. And again, the perils of buying an old guitar.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, neat piece though, and definitely $100
Exactly.
You could do much worse for your money.
Exactly. Since we get emails during the show as well, I'm just double checking that. And while I was going to do that, oh wow, we got thank you very much. We got a super chat from local
Thank you very
guy
much.
Julian. I'm just gonna call you Julian. The older your eye gets, the less likely you are to catch a thief. Wink. Nice, nice. Thank you for the donation.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
It's awesome. Very cool.
it's been a nice. Oh shoot, now my brain's going to flop on me. Proverb.
And I want to say, before I forget, because we got 58 people watching, rest in peace, Dick Dale.
Yes.
One of the pioneers.
The king, the pioneer, the legend.
The man.
Surf
Yeah.
guitar.
You want to talk speed playing?
Oh.
Shred.
Like,
Was he the first shredder?
I would say yeah. Like with the tremolo picking and everything, yeah, I would definitely say. Like,
Yeah, exactly, Crowbar.
So-
Andy
so-
was a Boston
so many-
boy.
so
Most
many
people
good-
didn't know that. They,
yeah,
think, you know, he's
East
Boston.
Coast guy or West Coast guy, California. No,
Yeah.
he's a Massachusetts boy. But yeah, very sad to hear about his passing, and it's unfortunate. You know, That's good too.
Okay, Crowbar says, nah, Jimmy Bryant was the first shredder. Okay.
Yeah, I actually, you know what, I would completely side with that.
Okay, we'll say one of. One of each.
One of.
One
of.
of.
Yeah, no, Dick Dale's definitely a guy though that a lot of players owe a lot of technique things to
okay,
came after that.
Marsman wants to know as well. Okay, because he missed the end. The shirt is made. It's from Vans.
Oh.
So
the shirt's getting a lot of attention.
The shirt's getting a lot of attention tonight. Hey, Zip Fix Guitars, yo Pete. So Zip, I caught. I comment on a video. He worked on this guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Are the strings fixed at the headstock end and you strictly tune at the bridge? Is that how that worked? Because I was trying to figure out how you tune this guitar because there's 6 strings go up, but there's only 3 reception kind of areas, and then they're kind of tied off, like locked down strings at one end. So I was trying to figure, but I never got a good look really. And I think off the bridge it has these big fine tuners, almost like a trans trim or something.
Okay.
Like that.
That's nifty.
Oh, wow. Pusa Studios in the house with a super chat as well. It says, nothing but love for my fellow Canucks and the Raxes. Cheers and much love.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see. So I'm just curious. Let's see if it answers that. Glenn Campbell could shred too, Aaron's song says. I agree.
Yeah, I don't deny that.
Yep. Yeah, he was right up there. Yeah.
Glenn Campbell was a boss.
Yeah. Played on a ton of stuff too.
Oh.
Ton
Loads.
of stuff.
Absolutely.
Bam Mossy says that shirt's getting its own Instagram and Twitter account next. I was going to mention, yeah, RJ, Roy Clark. As soon as you mentioned Glenn Campbell, Roy Clark, you know, Jerry Reed. You know, Jerry was a little later. Yes, very tuned, hard to string up, but it plays great. Okay.
And what particular breed of
I can't remember what it was.
Is that?
I forget what it was called. Maybe he'll mention it. Les Paul and Mary Ford together were great. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and yeah, I wanted to mention, what's up, Doc? About a week ago, he was interested in getting a guitar that you were familiar with. I think he started asking about it around Friday or Saturday. Saturday, I guess, or maybe even Sunday. Chinese built Tele thin line with P90s. Sound familiar?
Oh, the Modern Players thin line Telecaster.
Yeah.
Yes,
so he just snapped one up and he's in love with it.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
He said my cousin still owns one of those. We at one point in time with the Tele cousins. We're not anymore. I ruined that. But
yeah.
I ruined a lot of things. But no, they're fantastic. They are. I think one of the reasons they very promptly discontinued those models was they had to be losing money, or the margins had to be razor thin on them, because the build quality was just phenomenal, and they were like $500.
Yeah. Django
brand new,
Reinhardt,
$500.
Todd Flower says.
And yeah, they're great guitars, absolutely fantastic instruments. The only reason I parted with mine was I really wanted that Ibanez hollow body.
Right.
And it was the only guitar that I wasn't sentimentally attached to. I was just like, well, you're the newest one here. I haven't really built a bond with you.
Last in, first out.
Don't look at me like that. Just get in your case. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so I regret it. I really liked that guitar. I really love that Ibanez, so it's
hey,
Brian Bond off in my eyes. But yeah, they're really, really great. Really, really nice guitar. I think Fender knocked it out of the ballpark with that particular model. Just incredible value for the for what you were getting. And just as that aside, just they're a fantastic instrument. At the end of the day,
I was just about to mention that, Terry. Actually, Terry just said, welcome everyone, because I'm still seeing people joining us. Welcome everyone to the Canucks With Guitars live stream tonight. Thanks for joining us. Yes.
And thank you very much.
If you're new, please subscribe. If you dig what we're talking about and stuff, you know, we're just gear nerds, having fun, talking gear, answering questions. Dig it. You know, of course, if you're returning, that's awesome. And always leave a thumbs up. We love those thumbs ups. Let's see here. Lionheart just now got my modded Strat all finished up and rough intonated. Gonna let things sit for a while. Let the neck settle. So stoked. Yeah, just rough it in. Let it just get used to being a guitar again. And okay, yeah, it was a Greco. Tusk
Oh,
or
wow.
something like that.
Grackos.
Yeah.
They're classic.
So, yeah, he says I'll do a video of how to tune up that Greco. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Hey, Justin Cox. Ben, you
I'd like to
have
see that.
any Clapton in the set? If not, try She's Waiting. Easy sounds good and gets the crowd pumped. Yeah, we do Sunshine of Your Love.
Yeah, and say we do some Cream.
Yeah.
I don't think we do any other Clapton.
Yeah. Hey, Brian Cote.
No other Clapton. That's about the only Clapton.
Yep. Awesome. Everyone's doing well.
Although I have been playing Wonderful Tonight lately a lot, mainly because I go through phases where I keep the guitars in the rack and then be like, no, I'm going to keep everything
I
in
can't
the
help but
case.
chuckle, but it actually came on memories yesterday, the meme I posted about that song. And I was like, really? Was it just like the 20th outfit she had tried on that night?
Yeah, so I've been playing this Strat a lot because it's a guitar that I kind of left out.
Hey, Ivan Carter, my family garden.
It's just one of those riffs that every now and then, if I got the reverb turned up a lot, I'll just play. I'm playing the Strat.
My sister is back.
And then, yeah, I don't know.
Brian Bond asks
I'm not
if we're
proud.
coming out to Brantford way anytime soon. That's a bit far for us.
For the right gig. For
Although,
the right gig.
For the right gig, we will.
For the right gig, we will make our way to Brantford. Absolutely no questions.
Yeah. We generally,
For the right gig.
Yeah, we generally play within about a half hour home, so we don't have to worry about hotels or anything like that.
Yeah, between a half hour.
So plus
and
we'd have to consolidate because, let's be honest, the last couple of gigs, it's a 5-member band and 5 of us show up in 5 separate vehicles.
Yeah, so obviously we'd have to do a bit more planning for an out-of-town gig.
Yeah.
The money'd have to be right to make it economical. But, yeah.
Okay.
You never know.
Cool. Michael Q. Lynn says, getting ready for bed. LOL. Darcy is coming over tomorrow afternoon.
Ah, groovy! Tell Darcy I say, hey, man, I haven't seen
Yeah.
that cat in years.
I'll introduce the show to him, and we will catch the rest of the show. Have fun, guys.
Hey,
Rock
groovy.
on. Tell
Have a nice
Darcy we
evening.
say hey.
Say hey to Darcy for me.
Or if you're watching this, hey, Darcy!
Hi, Darcy!
There we go. The Ballistic Bear. Shout me out! Ballistic Bear! There you go. Got shout out. Leave a thumbs up. Will do, he says. Awesome. What's up, Doc? Used to live in Brantford as well.
Yeah, groovy.
Small world. Hey, Rob 212's in the house.
Hello.
Aaron's song says, Friedman bores me by himself. Megadeth bores me without Friedman. Go figure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I can understand. There's bands around like that. I'm trying to think of one offhand, but I know there are bands that are like, yeah, I don't like their solo stuff, and I don't like.
Oh, what was that?
I Mother Earth's a great example. There we are. I Mother Earth's a perfect example. I never really liked anything I Mother Earth did with any of the other singers they attempted to go on with.
Yeah.
And I never really liked too much of what.
Well, I was
Edwin
just
did.
thinking
I think there
as
was
far as
one or two songs
guitar
of
players
Edwin's that I actually liked, and it was like you're much better.
I was going to
forced
mention
together.
that band that Guitar Hack saw last night, Kiss. They were never the same after Ace left. They went to a different direction, because they got rid of the makeup and then they went for the more.
The show last night.
Yeah.
One of Dave's buddies was at it.
There's a few people I knew up at it.
Yeah. If that's your bag,
It is what it is.
you might as well go see him. It's gonna be your last chance.
Hey, Scott Nickerson's in the house. Different. Well, Van Halen. They were definitely different after Dave left.
And nothing Dave did on his own was really.
Oh no, his first 2 albums were huge.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they weren't that great.
Dave.
Yeah, no, that's my point.
And I'm not counting the EP.
That's another.
Because that EP was pure Dave.
That's another good
But
example.
Eat 'em and Smile.
Although, I do like a lot of Sammy stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Eat 'em and
they
Smile
kinda-
and
they bounced
Skyscraper were huge albums. Because you had the super group going on with Vi and Sheehan and all that. So, hey, Johnny Beane.
But then Sammy brought in the whole keyboard era too, so that was kind of.
Yeah. No, the keyboards have been there since.
Yeah.
Diver Down, especially.
Yeah, but they weren't.
1984.
Yeah, I suppose.
Jump. It's all keyboards.
Yeah, true.
Really. So Johnny Beane,
True.
quick
All right,
check-in.
no, I
says,
take that back. I'm not going to
quick
blame that
roll
on the
off to
Red
the
Rocket.
studio for some mix downs. I wish you Godspeed in mixing.
Awesome.
We got
luck.
64 people watching, 41 thumbs ups. That's awesome, guys. The first two DLR albums were great. Vibe made them great. That whole band, they were a tight band. Elliot Easton of the Cars is a tad underrated. Yeah.
Yes. Completely. Completely. I will 110% get behind that. I love the Cars. And he's a totally underrated guitar player.
Kiss is a cover band now. They pretty much, well, they're naming that now.
Kiss is a tribute band to themselves, which is kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
It's... Yeah, I don't know. I'll just leave that there.
Will Varela says he's hungry and he's going to make a sandwich. Oh, you enjoy that. Am I going, or are we going to the Sweetwater event this year? I don't think so. Not this year. Maybe next year. We'll see how it goes. Because that's a busy month for June. Because we're going to do the Cosmo deal. And then we have CanuckCon the next week. Which, folks, if you're in the Facebook group, definitely RSVP. Look under events. RSVP if you're coming or not. So we know how much food to get, how much coffee and such. So we need to know these things. My sister is bringing baked goods. She needs to know how much to make.
Baked goods. Can't be baked goods.
No. Kiss with Ace was a kiss to me, Dan Beck says.
Yep. Yeah, that's Kiss. And
yep.
It's kind of just been a tribute to Kiss since then.
Well, yeah, after like...
My opinion,
after Ace left, and then it went from like
Kiss.
Gene never sang for like through the 80s. It was all Paul. You know, everything went from playing like an E to A, you know, having the fast stuff.
Yeah, so much been next on the list here. Ah, yes.
Yes. You have notes tonight.
I do.
He has notes.
The rant of the week.
Uh-oh. JJ, are you watching?
JJ. This one's for you. When your tone is so bad at a gig that you get home and retube your amp the next day. So you might remember on last week's show, little blue box. $1.
And I do want to say, I didn't think his tone was horrendous or anything.
You were standing in front of that amp.
No, I wasn't. No, I
It wasn't that it was horrendous. It was... I'll get to what it was, but... So yeah, so what I said last week, I had shown you the little volume box I had made for yonder seafoam bastard. And my hope is that I would be able to get in that nice plush zone without being pant-flappingly loud and having a bit more control over my master volume. It did that in spades. I can't fault it. It did exactly what it was designed to do. The problem that I had failed to consider, I'll get to in a second. So needless to say, I won't be using the little blue box live anymore because I came home and I put a 12 AU7 tube into V1. And now you can dime that amp and it's not going to distort. It's not going to be as loud as it was, but it's not going to distort.
Which is fine because you're using it as a pedal platform.
It'll go pant-flappingly louder than I ever need it to be for any voice we're going to be playing. Like,
yeah. And anywhere bigger, we're going to
And anywhere bigger, I'm going to be miking it. The sound guy's like, hey, you don't need to be pant-flappingly loud. Turn that damn thing down. So it's like, it's doing the exact job I want it to. Which leads to my second talking point, kind of subbed to it. Headroom versus that nice pushed tone. When do you want one, and when do you want the other? Now, if I were the kind of cat who was playing through an amplifier where I rely on the amplifier to do my distorting, I'm going to want that maximum, I'm going to want that push tone no matter what. Like that's going to be the ideal. It's going to have that nice warm pushed tone of an amp, kind of in that hustle, doing the work. And that Fender, it like I said, I got spoiled playing it at Rafi's. It sounds fabulous when it's really, really working. When you can smell the wood in the cabinet starting to get a nice cook to it. Like, it's fabulous. Downside is, I'm not a guy who gets his distortion from his amp. I get my distortion from my pedals. And, well, it doesn't have to be an either-or thing. Where it becomes one is when you use things like polyphonic octave pedal. and a rotary pedal. And especially when you use the two in conjunction. Because you see, you overload the front end of your already pushed to the point of almost clipping front end of your amp, and it distorts and farts and goes,
well, there was a bit of that.
When you hit the E string and you've got the octave on and the rotary on, and you're supposed to do this lush, beautiful organ sounding section, and it goes, it absolutely ruins the whole effect and the dynamic and everything you were going.
And you don't want to have to be live on your volume pedal to compensate it as required.
So it immediately made me realize that this is not the best setup for me. I need headroom. I do not need the pushed tone. I need the headroom.
I was doing the push tone for a while, and I went back to headroom. That's why I went back to the clean channel on my amp, because I can, again, play more loud than I'll ever need.
And that said, with the 12AU at 7 up front, the volume is not as jumpy on it. It's actually a bit more smooth. It's kind of like off, on, a little bit louder. And it's like, hey, it no longer goes nothing, nothing, nothing. Bah! So it's a massive improvement there. And I find that it has that fullness to it at a lower volume that it didn't have with the 12AX7. Like, it just, at a low volume, that amp just, it was weak sounding.
Right.
It was just a facsimile of its actual sound at stage volume, playing it kind of in the basement. Whereas now it's just like, you get it up and it's like, it could be a little bit louder. No, that's probably a little bit too much. All right, that's a reasonable volume.
Thanks, Terry.
And it still has a nice fullness and pleasingness to the tone. So that's my rant for the weekend and sub-talking point all rolled into one.
Alright, and we'll get to the feedback. I'm sure people are commenting. I froze the chat here because Luke Needham, new name that I was going to say I hadn't seen in a while. He says, and after I read this, yes, I do remember this, Luke. He says, hey Ben, thanks for the encouragement in buying a hot rod a couple of weeks back. I frickin' love it. Do you remember? It was on Mike Bradley's live stream. I do remember that.
Oh, sweet.
And, because they're all kind of in that family, it depends on what you want to do. And it's like, yeah, they're all great amps. That 3, 4, whatever. They're all great. So, good to hear, man.
Awesome.
I'm glad you made it by.
Like it, man.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. They were great amps. Really versatile, too. Like, they're not...
Steve Mandrake.
They're not really...
house.
Some people characterize Fenders as just being a one-trick pony, but it's if you can work with them and really spend some time with them, you can find really versatile amps.
You better bring 2 tube amps to a show. Well, no rooms. That's the problem. The stages are so damn small.
Oh yeah, we tried.
Grellbar says the only real tube amps I have is a Buddha Super Drive combo and
cool!
And a PV 5050 in my rack. Nice.
Dude, that's a cool amp, man.
Max headroom never gets old. That's right, Julian.
Yeah, that's kind of where I kind of reluctantly accepted. I'm a headroom guitarist. I need the headroom.
Joe Hervey asked what distortion you use.
My main dirt box right now is a way huge green Rhino Mark IV, and then I've got a hand-wired Zen Drive clone after that I use as a lead boost. But the green Rhino I've fallen head over heels for that. That is such a nice overdrive pedal. It does everything I've ever wanted a tube screamer to do. But without all the failings of every tube screamer I've ever owned.
He's like, how was that again, Rich? LOL. It must have been when you were describing the organ sound that you were getting.
Yeah, man. I try and make it as descriptive as possible.
Bamozzi says,
when I'm describing sounds.
I'm looking at getting a Helix LT/Floor as I don't get to use my JVM 410C at home. Sure?
Yeah. Totally reasonable.
See, this is why I love Grellbar. Amp farts are a funny thing. Some smell like roses, and some smell like the inside of CBGB's bathroom.
Nice.
Hey, the Dogpa made it. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. Elvis Band is here. Thank you, dude. He says, even though I'm late, kids are still up, LOL. Let the damn ad play in full. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We will take that nano cent and put it back into the channel. But thank you. Let's see. Linehurst says mine's the only channel that he turns the ad blocker off for. Love it. BV asks, has Rich ever thought of changing career path to beatbox?
No. But thank you, BB.
Aaron's agreeing with us. Hot Rod, Blues Junior, Deluxe, they're all great amps. Exactly. Can't go wrong. Let's see here. Brian Cote says, I got my picks from the Tone King today. I won a shirt on a show a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
but he
cool.
did have medium size, so he sent me some picks. Awesome guy. Yeah, they were, I really wanted to catch that show live, but Mayhem was over and we're having pints and I was playing with that katana. Tasking, like one of their product manager guys.
Okay.
He was just hanging out there. Man! So, you know, you got your mixer board.
Yeah.
Built-in recording right in the board.
That's kind of what Tascam's known for.
Yeah. But totally, you know, like obviously, like you can, I think he said, like you can basically record a set and then throw it on an SD card.
Yeah.
And it's mixing, you do all, you know, obviously, and you can, basically you can do everything start to finish, you know, which, like say, you know, but it used to be much harder than it is now.
Oh yeah, no.
Great, and great sounding. Just even just
units are
the raw tracks that he and TK were recording. Is like TK was on drums and he played guitar and then he laid a bass line on top of that. And yeah, it sounded great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, Tascams.
You tell them,
They've always been the leading innovators for home recording stuff for the average musician.
Aaron Songs has an old Carvin X100B and Ignitor tube amps. Ignitor has the typical transformer issues, blows fuses like crazy. Yeah, definitely. That's a transformer issue.
Carvin's pretty sweet though. I've never owned a Carvin, but I've always just had nothing but the most tremendous respect for Carvin amps.
Yes, thank you, Cruiser Studios.
I've always been like, ah.
He says to Elvis Band, just checked out Beast of Burden, which is a new song his band has.
Okay.
Not a Stones cover.
Yeah.
And you only have 21 followers. Well, now it's 22. Yeah,
awesome.
Like check it out, folks. Check out Elvis Band. Yeah, they're a band out of the Chicago area.
Cool.
He's been doing original music forever and a day, and yeah, check it out. It's a really good track.
Cool.
Ooh.
Why does no one ever mention the pie when mentioning the Big Muff? Yes, that's more of an esoteric mathematical symbol means it's more like PC than pussy melter. No. Well, I read it, so what do you find? Okay, I decided on a sandwich of Reuben, hop, strong Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Russian dressing. There you go, Will. Sounds tasty.
That sounds like a Reuben.
Let's see.
A Reuben it's another one of those things in life that just like they look so delicious, but I just don't like them. That's
yes, exactly.
like
Rick Hefner, you can master right from that board, on that Tascam board.
Yeah. It's fine. So.
Well, you're more than welcome, Aaron.
Like I've been nothing short of just really impressed with that Tascam unit I picked up. I got a fantastic deal on it. I wasn't expecting much. I picked it up and I was like, it doesn't really feel that substantial. Like knobs feel kind of flimsy, and all the reviews I read, they're like the knobs are kind of.
And since we didn't mention it last week, and we're like what 3/4 of the way through a show this week, I want to mention a bunch of shout outs to Arden's Music,
yes,
Flipside Music,
yes,
Reno Fin Custom Guitars, and FU Tone.
Yes. All these fine companies which do
a whole slew of products for you to enjoy.
A whole bunch of really cool stuff for guitar
Links
players.
down below to them, folks. Appreciate it if you just check out for us, website, give them a hit, you know, whatever.
Really friendly and helpful to us.
Yes.
Okay. Pass on some patronage. Check them out. Ardensmusic.com.
Speaking of which,
FUtone.com.
yes. Speaking of which, What's the day on? When
No,
we
.com. Wait, no, it is .com, no www.
Right.
That's right.
just renofin.com.
renofin.com.
So today is what, the 21st, so we're doing one more show on Thursdays.
One more Thursday, and then we'll be moving night
To Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. For
Okay.
now, midnight in the UK. but
doing
then
our
it'll
best
be
John
one
Madden in our first opening Monday night.
Yes.
Because we got to compete with that, so
Which is Monday, April 1st, no less. So we are also going to kick it up a notch and broadcast live from Arden's Music again.
That's right. We're going to be back at Arden's. We're going to check the cool stuff.
Hanging with Tim.
They've got lots of groovy new product in, and it's been posting online a lot lately. Sean's been posting nonstop all sorts of really cool stuff. Like the one today, the new 50s reissue telly.
Yeah.
With tweed.
Which I noticed is in the
plush
Kingston
line
store,
case.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how it is, all the coolest stuff goes to Kingston.
The furthest away store from us, 100 kilometers down the highway instead of
But it's also in a much larger
2.5 kilometers from my home.
a much larger marketplace, so they get
A town of 100,000 as
they
opposed
get
to
the really
16,000.
cool stuff there, and Sean's like, "Well, just come up to the Kingston store and check it out." I'm like, it's like an hour away, Sean.
Pusa Studio says, really great to meet you, Elvis Band. So many talented people in here, and cheers to us for a great stream and to meet you all. Awesome.
Dude,
Awesome.
well, thank
Awesome.
you.
He was live
Thank you for
earlier
kind
today.
words.
I was hanging out on his stream earlier today for a while.
Groovy.
Let's see here. I got a bunch of text messages to answer here. So let's see. Joe Hervey says, Ben, I'm playing and liking my week-old Tomorrow Harley Benton Les Paul copy. It has active pickups with a set neck. Is there anything I should learn practice now? I have a single cut style guitar. Do Zeppelin stuff. Just anything where guys play Les Pauls into Marshalls. Paul Kossoff,
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
What's my other go-to Les Paul stuff? Aerosmith riffs.
Aerosmith riffs. Allman Brothers.
Allman Brothers, yeah. Les Paul stuff.
Alright, let's go back over here because I got some messages.
Any guitar
Thank you,
player
Terry.
currently has scoliosis from years of playing a
We got a
15
photo
pound
from
guitar.
Scott Nickerson. Is this yours, buddy? A TS10.
Ooh, the rare TS10. Which is ironic because it's one of the nicer Tube Screamer circuits, and yet outside of Tube Screamer collectors, it's one of the least desirable because it's from that age of weird
Black
looking
Rose
items
stuff.
and
Yeah, Lionheart. I use Black Rose. I would use his 335 for. I think you do all the Rich Robinson stuff. 335.
Yeah. I should probably trade my dad's guitar sometime soon. I haven't played that.
Yeah, I know.
In a while. That'll be it. I'll just trade him every quarter. It's time for the quarterly change.
Well, if you end up with 2 Jets, give him one of them.
Oh, no. If I wind up getting another Jet, it's going to be... Those are going to be my 2 gigging guitars. By the way,
okay,
if any of our viewers are selling a Gretsch Electromatic Jet, somebody is looking for one. Not like actively looking for one.
Oh, okay. So we'll be okay because April Fool's is only until midday. Thanks, BB. I just don't need any pedal enough to buy something with a nasty name. Too much of that in the world already. Well said, Dogba.
Yeah, no, right. And they're, yeah, like, at the end of the day,
Cote G&R.
it's, I don't know, I don't want to get too much into it because I've already had this rant before, and there's a long, and there's a...
Joe Walsh stuff, yeah?
What about the Walsh?
More or less Paul.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Just learn Joe Walsh stuff anyway.
All your James Gang stuff. And
Yeah, just learn Joe Walsh riffs anyway. It's good for your health.
it is, actually, and they're some of the most fun, irritating to learn, but once you get the hang of it, they're just fun to play.
Joe's big on writing riffs that are tricky. Like, that take some work, that you're not just gonna, like, half-ass pull off. So it's...
Okay.
It's good stuff.
Julian just contributed $3. He says, "Say Big Muff Pie. Fear no demonetization." If I said that correctly.
Big Muff Pie. Big Muff Pie.
Big Muff Pie.
Big Muff Pie.
Anything with humbucker
Thank you
should
very
be
much,
suitable.
sir.
Doesn't have to be single cut specifically. A telly is a single cut guitar and doesn't sound like a Les Paul either, not with single coils anyways. No, not necessarily.
No, you're absolutely right. A Birdland is a single cut guitar, and it sounds like nothing like either of the above.
On 49, exactly, Michael Jack.
That's just such a fun riff to play that everyone should know how to play it.
Yeah. So hard to play right though. Looks like Terry Himes is working on something. He just told Crowbar, do a fret level, re-crown and polish, and it'll be good to go. There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I do want to mention too, if you want something cool from the channel, and you want to contribute to the channel at the same time, check out the merch link down below. We got everything from shirts, hats, aprons, pillowcases. Oh, we have buttons.
We have buttons now, yes.
We have buttons, coffee mugs. We don't have picks yet. That'll be a different thing. But yeah, check it out. Spreadshirt.ca, or just go on the website, Spreadshirt, and search for Canucks With Guitars. We appreciate it. Again, everything gets funneled back into the channel. As I post it, you're saying it, Terry says. Oh, thanks, Terry. Well, there you go. Terry posted the link.
Excellent, thank you, Terry.
Alright.
You're trying to sell. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. Yeah, he's really good at that. Like, whenever I have guests on, he's like, here's the link to their channels and stuff like that, which is really awesome.
Awesomeness.
Yeah, to the point where, speaking of which, the week, recapping back to the week that was, Sunday night, we had Lawrence Petros on, Lawrence Petros Design. Awesome that you came on, buddy.
Yes.
And he sold 2 pedals while he was on the show.
Yeah, crap. Well,
thank you, folks.
Thank you very much.
It's all you guys.
Viewers. You guys are awesome.
Believe me, it didn't go unnoticed.
Way to patronize the interviewee. That's fantastic stuff. Thank you. You guys are great.
And I'll mention too, we have coming up, so this coming Sunday, Rob Johnson from the Johnny Beane realm, as you know, a big EVH guy. He was live yesterday showing off with Steinberger. He has a replica of Eddie Steinberger, complete with the trans trem and everything. Those things are so cool. So we're going to show his collection, which is like 20-something Eddie replicas and a Les Paul.
Yeah.
So we're going to check that out. And then the next week we got Jamie Trevino coming on. Again, showing off a bunch of probably Jacksons, Charvels, Kramers. I was showing you his collection there a couple weeks ago. Oh. AKA The Law, for you folks in the chat. Then the next Sunday will be the round table with guest Steve Anderson joining us, the Rummeister.
Cool.
And I believe the Sunday after that, we have Matt, owner of Texas Toast Guitars, coming on.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I didn't tell you about that one.
No.
I just set that up
What a lineup.
yesterday. Yeah, he does fabric wrap guitars.
Yeah. I remember we were looking at some of his stuff.
Yeah. And you know, I met up with him at NAMM and we were talking. He's like, oh, we gotta do something together. And I commented on one of his vids. He's like, we gotta do something live. I'm like, immediately open up messengers, shoot him a message.
Groovy.
Joe was asking if I'm done for the night. No, we still got a few minutes left.
Yeah, I'll be wrapping up here in a couple
minutes. Get your questions in now. Last
call for questions.
Someday soon, I think. RJ says, yeah, well, you got the 87. I want to try all of them, honestly. I think all three. There's my low, medium, and high gain. I was telling Lawrence. The 68, the 74, and the 87. Boom, boom. Yeah. Hey, Blackjack's here. Good to see you.
Definitely.
Hope the band's doing well. Soda Pop says he's too lazy to change his strings. Yeah, that's okay. I shot 2 videos today and I realized because I broke a string the other night at the gig, that I still had one dangler on during the whole video.
Works out.
Thanks, Terry. Send me a message. He's sending updates. Scott Nixon says something. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good.
It's getting low.
Well, it's 10% and we've got only 5 minutes left, so we should be good. Well, Scott Nixon says it's thanks to watching me. I don't know what it in reference to, but I hope it's a good thing. Elvis says, Ben, we going to get some live footage of you guys next show? Yes.
Yes.
And what the hell is Ike doing going live and we're not done going live yet? So everyone should check out Ike at Flipside Music. He just went live, but not for like 5 minutes, and say that we sent you. please. Freak him out, because he usually has like 4 people watching, because nobody watches Flipside.
Yeah, everybody go over and check out Flipside.
Yeah, freak him right out. Freak him out.
Ike's really cool dude.
Yeah, he's very cool.
He's got a very cool channel. Does lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Exactly.
In like 6 minutes.
If you have 1 or 2 guitars, you can pay to have them set up. If you own many, learn to do it yourself.
Yes,
Sure.
I cannot.
All right, BB's headed out. Au
any
revoir,
more than with that statement. Like, yeah, if you've only owned 1 or 2
yeah,
guitars.
we're pushing 2 a.m. for BB. So.
Well, good night, buddy. Bonsoir, mon ami. But yeah, if you own 1 or 2 guitars, yeah, like take them into the shop. Like, if you don't really, if it's stressing you out, you know, the idea of doing your own work on a guitar, then yeah, take it in the shop. If you own 8 guitars, it's just not economical to send them into the shop to get work done. You should really learn to do it yourself. Unless, of course, you just made the money and like it just doesn't matter, it's nothing to you to like drop a couple $100 in setup fees, you know, once or twice a year. Then like,
well, yeah, like there's some.
That's cool, man. Like you are the dude who is making sure that we've got luthiers that are working at our local guitar store. So by all means, take all 9 of your guitars in there and get them set up. Like, please keep the luthiers
check it out.
work. Like,
51 people watching, 50 thumbs ups.
Can we get that one more?
Then again, I kind of like the 5150. Just saying. But yeah.
There we go, 5150 rude. Da.
But that's okay. Well, now we got 52 thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's even better. What I was going to say, I was thinking about doing a video on it. It's like the levels of what people do themselves. Like there's some people that don't even change their own strings.
Yeah,
they take their guitar and you get.
Yeah, that weirds me out.
Yeah.
It just weirds me out. It's like
then you have the people that will.
It's like not pumping your own gas. It's like that basic of a skill that it's like it weirds me out.
Yeah.
Like it just bumps me out.
Yeah. So then you have people that'll say change their own strings. They'll
No offense if you don't.
They'll oil the fretboard as needed. And that's it.
Which I mean that's that's a reasonable comfort zone.
And then you get the next, which would be is setting your action, intonation, your basic setup.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, I would say pretty much then you're getting into modding,
like luthier work and
exactly.
electrical work and stuff, and you know what, like. There's no need for the average guitar player to aspire to reach that level of technical know-how of working on a guitar, unless they really want to. Like, I don't think.
Terry says it's Ike's cohort doing the live stream. Like Dylan?
Well, they're rare.
I was gonna pop over and try to say, "Hey, I'm still live. What's up?"
But yeah, no, so it's one of those things. Like, don't feel bad if you're just like
and if you're not comfortable doing something, for God's sakes, don't do it.
Yeah, like don't risk ruining your instrument.
Yeah, like
to try and like have some sort of bravado, like I'm a grease monkey, tough guy.
Yeah, sort of like
I work on my own rig, nobody touches my rig.
I have no problem swapping out pickups on most of my guitars. And then when you have to take your
guitar in with a ruined neck and have somebody else work on it anyway.
Yeah, like I have no problem swapping out pickups on most guitars, but my classic stuff I bring to you.
Yeah.
Just because.
Even though I dropped a gob of solder inside the 71 when I was working.
Yeah, it was on the inside. We've already modded it.
He's like, you're not going to tape that off with solder strips? Nah, I probably should have, man.
There you go. Yeah, Will says after...
Things you can do working on friends' instruments.
Will says, after 52 years of playing, I get more into learning to fix and make them thanks to YouTube. Oh yeah, dude. I love watching repair vids. Like Dave's World of Fun stuff. That's my favorite. If
I have a question about what I'm doing before I really dig into something, if I'm just like, which wire is that supposed to be? First thing I check is YouTube, because it's usually 9 times out of 10 it's going to be easier than sorting through 50,000 Google hits, which lead you to some discussion on some guitar forum.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to sort through like 80,000 things, and then you'll eventually find what you're looking for, whereas YouTube is usually within the first 4 hits. If it isn't Dave Riome, it's somebody else trustworthy too, usually. Yeah. So it's like, okay, that's kind of what I thought it was, but it's nice to hear that he confirms my thought on that. So there we go.
Yeah, and when something isn't going right, he points out, like, this shouldn't be doing this. Like, he breaks it down and keeps it simple. Yes, I'll get to that in a sec, Joe. He says,
my usual one is if I've got a schematic, And I'm pretty sure what I'm looking at is how I've interpreted the drawing, but I'm not 100% positive about one particular connection. I'll usually see if I can find someone who's done the particular work.
So,
alright, it is the white wire. That's what I thought.
We're going to wrap things up. Anything to add, sir?
No. That's,
Until next Thursday, or this coming Sunday with Rob Johnson.
Yes.
There will be a couple of videos coming up on the channel next couple mornings. Check them out, please. Comment. Leave a thumbs up, share it, always helps, thank you. Joe Hervey asked, Ben, what's the name of the other live stream? Flipside Music. There should be a link down below. Maybe Terry could even post the link in the chat here to Flipside's live stream, if you don't mind, dude. And on that note, yes, definitely go over, even if you just stop in, say a quick hello, say Ben and Rich sent you from Canucks With Guitars, freak them out. And then we'll go from there, folks. So until next time, hold those doors open, let that guy in ahead of you in traffic, do good things, and good things will happen to you. Karma's real. I don't know about you, I'm living the dream. This is great stuff. We appreciate each and every one of you, folks.
Good times. All right, take care. Have a good night, folks.
Cheers.